Just wanted to start the video out with asking you guys to please like and subscribe. It would greatly help the channel grow. So it's June 2021, and we're having big changes up in the middleweight division. First of all, let's address Luis Arias defeating Jarrett Hurd at I believe it's his debut fight at middleweight. Completely dominating Jarrett Hurd, former unified light middleweight champion. And Luis Arias, this is truly the best win of his career. It was, and it's really good. This is the second time we see him at world stage, at the world level. Last time we saw him when he fought Danny Jacobs, it was a dud. Like, let's be frank about this. Let's just say how it is. He struggled badly against Danny Jacobs. It's not like he struggled. He didn't engage. That was a very boring fight. And Luis Arias just refused to fight. The referee was pleading for him to fight on Luis. He refused to fight. So it really feels good to see him getting such a good win. Jarrett Hurd is known to be, quote-unquote, a weight bully. I always say he's a poor man's version of Antonio Margarito. Margarito is obviously a bit more skilled than that, but Margarito was full pressure, all offense. He did not know a lick about defense. He didn't even believe in defense. And he seemed like Jarrett Hurd had the same exact mentality. And he found a guy that was willing to fight with him. And it really shocked me during the fight. I thought that Luis Arias, the pressure would get to him and he would gas, but he didn't. He kept on fighting on. He kept on, especially after round 4. It seems like round 5 or 6, Jarrett Hurd was about to come on. But then Luis Arias turned on the switch and closed the show good. It was a 10-round fight. And I think even if it was a 12-round fight, it wouldn't have been that much of a difference. I don't think Jarrett Hurd would have came back into the fight. You also had this weekend Jaime Munguia, former WBO light middleweight champion, undefeated fighter with 37 victories, no losses, and 30 of his victories coming inside the distance. He fought former title contender, title challenger Kamil Szeremeta, the guy who faced Gennady Golovkin in his last fight. Gennady Golovkin stopped him after 7 rounds. Yeah, he dropped him, I think, like 3 or 4 times. And Kamil Szeremeta, his corner, pulled him out after round 7. And this time, Jaime Munguia stopped Kamil Szeremeta after 6, 1 round quicker than Golovkin. But I thought Golovkin's performance was a bit more impressive. Jaime Munguia did not drop Kamil Szeremeta, not once, but his corner pulled him out after 6 because he was taking a lot of damage. But there was one thing about Jaime Munguia that he showed that's really different from his past performances. It's showing that he's growing as a fighter, and that's his jab. He was going in with the jab first. He wasn't going head first like he usually does. And that shows that he's working on his technique. He's improving with Erik Morales. And we all know Erik Morales is one of the most gifted offensive fighters in this era. So he really performed well. He showed that he's learning new skills. And that's all you can ask for a guy that's still young. He's only 24. And I have him ranked right now number 7 after his performance. And the most high-profile middleweight fight of this past weekend was Jermall Charlo versus Juan Montiel. Jermall Charlo expected to go in there and brutally knock out Montiel. Really struggled over 12 rounds. If you go watch my post-fight reaction, you'll understand what I'm talking about. In the first 7 rounds, it was all Charlo. Charlo was doing whatever he wanted, but then after round 8, Montiel came out really strong. He hurt Charlo. He cut Charlo's eye. It was bad swelling around Charlo's eye as well. So Charlo did not perform as he should have performed. Because don't forget, Jaime Munguia stopped Montiel in 2 rounds back at light middleweight. So Montiel has fought at middleweight, a light middleweight before. It's not like he's a full-fledged middleweight. So that was really disappointing for Jermall Charlo. He should have stopped him. Or if you don't stop the guy, you do what Shakur Stevenson did. You win comfortably without letting that guy look a bit impressive. Because if you can't dominate him on the offensive end, you better dominate him on the defensive end. You better hit and not get hit once. You got to show how good of a fighter you are. It's not like you did not show any levels. I was very confident prior to that fight that Charlo would beat Golovkin. I'm not as confident as I am before. I see that fight now was very, very even. Because Golovkin hasn't looked too good himself. I had Charlo number 1 at middleweight before that fight because I was winning against Sergey Devonchenko, but now I have Charlo at 2. I got Golovkin at 1. Because I just think Golovkin takes care of that level of competition much better than Charlo does. Maybe Charlo's that type of fighter that he plays to his opponent's level, but I don't know. That fight did not look good for him. Not at all.